Heroin is killing our children. Young people between the ages of 18 and 36 are being drawn to heroin in record numbers. It's not just a problem in our inner city streets. It's also a problem in our affluent suburban neighborhoods. The increase in use is largely attributed to heroin being much cheaper than prescription opiates, which are harder to get legally and increasingly more expensive on the black market. The heroin highway is running through every major city in America, and we are losing the brightest and the best to this deadly drug.
When I am down and
on March 4th, 2014, the Owen family's doorbell rang and the detectives told them that their precious son was found dead in his car due to a suspected heroin overdose.
Then I am still and wait here in the silence.
Their world was forever changed.
Till you come.
He was a chosen leader, an honor student, and an awesome friend to all who knew him.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
He lived a secret life of opiate addiction, and when he entered rehab, his family was advised to take everything of importance to him. They left him with no job, no phone, and no car, reducing him to a budget that offered no alternative to an established opiate addict but heroin. This photo is the heroin found in his car upon his death.
Ago, to this very day, to this very hour, I hugged my son goodbye. I told him that I loved him. He did the same for me. He says, "Mom, I love you too." He walked out the door after he gave me a hug, and I never saw him alive again, ever. Thank you for coming to Taking Aim Against Addiction tonight. We're so glad that you're here. We've got such a crisis going on in our community, and the fact that you're here is so meaningful, and you will be blessed. We are represented with this billboard all over Atlanta, and that's thanks to CBS.
So these got on the street, and they're harder to find, more expensive. This thing run $20, $30. MCS can tell you a whole lot better than I can about the current prices. But the addicts didn't go away. They still need their drugs. So what do? It's easier to buy a bunch of little baguettes for $10 than one tablet for $20. So they started going to heroin. It's much cheaper. And heroin has always been easy to have in this state. this area, especially Atlanta, is kind of isolated. If Miami Vice, and you young people go back and Google Miami Vice, if it was made today, a show from the 80s, it would be based in Atlanta. Back in the 80s, Miami was the hub of all drug distribution. Today, the last number of years, Atlanta is the hub of all drug distribution in the South, on the East Coast.
But if you look at this graph, the green represents in 1980 the number of people who were in the prison system for drugs. The yellow line represents 2011. This is crazy. This is crazy. There needs to be change. These are tools of the trade. These are things that I found in my house. These are things you probably have in your house. You talk about the overlooked signs, things that I should have seen and didn't. Spending a lot of time in the bathroom, his loss of appetite, I already ate. Shaking legs. He told me he had restless leg syndrome. That should have been a red flag.
So what is that used for?
This is naloxone. It is an opiate antagonist. It reverses opiate drug overdoses, heroin, painkillers, stuff like that.
Oxycontin.
Exactly.
Opiates.
Yeah, any opiate based. So when it's put together, this is what it looks like. This part goes in the nose. You press on it, fine mist will come out. Even if you can't
see it.
Well, no, even if you can't feel them breathing, if you don't know if they're breathing, it doesn't look like they're breathing, this will still absorb in their nasal passages and they'll still come up. So it's a miracle drug. It is a miracle drug. So,
do you want my ticket? Oh, sure. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having it.
Down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
For more information about the Davis Direction Foundation, please visit our website at www.davisdirectionfoundation.org. You can also visit us on Facebook. Please like Davis Direction Foundation so you can stay informed of all the current events that are happening in our community.
when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can